evening, and welcome back to another episode of Verona After Dark. I'm Celia Cordelia, your hostess. And today we have a very special guest. We brought her in to share her views on the events of this week. She's a member of the Capulet family and a soon-to-be bride. I'm so pleased to welcome Juliet Capulet.
Hi, thank you so much for having me.
No problem. How are you? Especially after the horrid death of your beloved cousin Tybalt.
I'm doing okay, although I still miss him.
Wasn't it that horrible hatred between your family and the Montagues that started all of these deaths? What's your opinion on the conflict between your families?
In my opinion, it's quite pointless to fight over something for this long. It's not worth it to break the peace. This feud is killing too many, and it's causing an excessive amount of unnecessary problems. So many lives could have been spared if we all just got along.
What exactly started this rivalry in the first place?
Well, no one really talks about it anymore, but it all started a long time ago when we started buying land. Each of our families were very wealthy, and so both the Capulets and the Montagues started buying more and more plots of land. To claim our territories, we would each mark the land with flags. It almost became a game to see who had the most land. Whoever had the most land had the most money. And one day, someone moved one of the Capulets' flags and replaced it with the Montague flag. And then the Capulets assumed it to be the Montagues, but then the Montagues argued that they didn't do it. And ever since then, they've never stopped fighting.
Wow, that's very insightful. But at least there are still things to look forward to. I understand that you'll be married to Paris on Wednesday now.
Yes, that's true.
So yesterday, why did you go against your parents by refusing to marry him? What changed?
Well, I guess the first time I wasn't ready for a marriage so soon, and I needed to get to know him more. But then I realized that I shouldn't have disobeyed my parents and just decided to go with the wedding.
So a day ago you weren't ready for marriage, but then a day after you suddenly are?
I guess it was more realizing I was being too stubborn.
Really? Because rumor has it that Friar Lawrence has been strongly associated with your relationship with Romeo Montague. First, you were spotted with him the night of the Capulet party, and then you were reported arriving to his cell shortly after Romeo was reported there. Any comments?
Okay, you got me. I can't keep this secret anymore. Friar Lawrence helped marry me and Romeo, but only because he thought it would help the feud between the Montagues and the Capulets.
And what would your family think of this?
Honestly, I would probably be disowned if they found out. And this is a major sin. Friar Lawrence would even be in trouble, because this was beyond unholy for a holy man.
So the rumors are true. Here you have it, folks, only on Verona After Dark.
Be bold. Shop Renaissance now.
And we're back. So far, we talked about the rivalry between the Montagues and the Capulets, as well as debunked some of the rumors between the supposed relationship of Romeo and Juliet. Juliet, do you believe in fate?
I have to say, to an extent, I do.
Really? And can you explain how it has affected you in any way?
Well, I wouldn't have met Romeo at that Capulet party if fate didn't bring him there. And I also blame fate for the fact that we fell in love so quickly. The stars must really want us together after all that's happened.
Do you have any regrets? If so, what would you have done differently?
I've never really thought about that. Well, I suppose I have just one.
And what would that be?
It just seems as though all of these significant decisions in my life were made with such haste. I regret not slowing down a bit and thinking things through. You have no idea how many problems I have that were created by moving too fast. I would have slowed down more. That's what I would have done differently. Because if I did, then I wouldn't be in this whole double marriage mess that I'm in today. And I would probably still end up with Romeo.
Wow, thank you so much, Juliet. But that is all the time we have for today. Thank you for sharing.
Thank you!
That's all, folks. Today we learned what started the rivalry between the Montagues and the Capulets, exposed the rumors of the relationship between Romeo and Juliet, talked about the effects of fate, and found out some of Juliet's deepest regrets. I'm Celia Cordelia, and I'll see you on another episode of Verona After Dark.